how Germany was cast as the villain of World War I. Once upon a time, in the aftermath of one of the bloodiest conflicts the world had ever seen, the victors of World War I gathered in the grand halls of Versailles. Their mission? To write the rules of peace. But what emerged instead was a document of blame, bitterness, and burden. At the heart of this treaty was a single explosive sentence, Article 231, known more as the War Guilt Clause. It declared Germany and its allies were solely responsible for the war and all the damage it caused. With this clause in place, the Allies could demand massive reparations, redraw borders, and impose military restrictions. Germany had just been handed the bill for a war that had left an entire continent in ruins. But how did Germany end up holding the guilt bag? It began in 1914 with the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand. Austria-Hungary turned to its powerful friend Germany. Berlin, in a show of confidence or carelessness, gave them a blank check, a promise of unconditional support. That signal of blind loyalty gave Austria-Hungary the courage to go after Serbia, sparking a deadly chain of alliances and war declarations that engulfed Europe like wildfire. Germany wasn't just sitting around. Its military machine was oiled and ready, with the infamous Schlieffen Plan in its back pocket. When the war erupted, Germany swiftly invaded neutral Belgium in an attempt to outmaneuver France, prompting Britain to enter the war. Meanwhile, Germany's growing naval ambitions and colonial aspirations had already set off alarm bells in London and Paris. Many in the West saw Germany not just as another player, but as a rising power that needed to be checked. Newspapers across Britain, France, and America painted Germany as the war's instigator. Stories of atrocities in Belgium, the sinking of the Lusitania, a passenger ship with Americans aboard, and dramatic caricatures of the Hun made sure the public saw only one main aggressor. By war's end, the people demanded more than peace. They demanded justice and perhaps revenge. Behind closed doors, the architects of Versailles had another motive: money. France had been devastated, its towns crushed, its fields scarred. Someone had to pay. And if Germany was the villain, then reparations were just a consequence of guilt. Blaming Germany also helped unify the treaty language, giving each ally, whether vengeful France or cautious Britain, something to nod at. Not everyone was convinced. Some historians, even at the time, warned that laying all the blame at Germany's feet was overly simplistic. The war had been a tangled mess of nationalism, secret treaties, and strategic missteps. Russia had mobilized early. Austria-Hungary had been reckless. Britain and France had their interests in play. It wasn't a clear-cut crime. It was a shared diplomatic failure. In the end, the Treaty of Versailles planted more than peace. It sowed resentment, economic hardship, and a deep national humiliation in Germany. Many Germans saw the war guilt clause not as justice, but as a dagger to national pride. It became a rallying cry for radicals and a stepping stone for the rise of extremism. History would remember it not just as the end of a war, but as the beginning of the next one.